Now, forecast first on KOLR 10 News, Ozarks First.
Very quiet, pleasant, summer-like day today. Nothing going on the satellite and radar today. We saw plenty of sunshine. Highs today got around 91 here in Springfield. A little bit warmer to the south, 93 in Branson and 94 in Harrison. And then a little bit cooler to our north, about 86 in Lake of the Ozark. And the humidity was down. It was very low. Our dew points were in the upper 50s to lower 60s, which is why it felt so pleasant. It feels very nice outside tonight, too. Temperatures in the middle to upper 70s. That's how they're going to be through much of tonight and tomorrow. Basically a carbon copy of today. Very pleasant to go outside again tomorrow. I'll show you all of that in my 7-day forecast coming up in just a little bit. KOLR 10 News at 10 starts now.
Now, from Ozarks First, you're watching KOLR 10 News at 10.
And when they pulled me up from the boat, I didn't see any of my family. But I believe I survived by God and by Good Samaritan.
You may remember Tia Coleman, who spoke to KOLR 10 yesterday about losing 9 of her family members when a Branson Ride the Ducks boat sank during a storm. We'll have much more on her update in just a few minutes. Good evening, I'm Heather Lewis. Tonight we continue our extensive coverage of this tragedy, which claimed 17 lives on Thursday. The National Transportation Safety Board held a press conference today updating what it's found so far within that sunken boat. Our Jesse Inman joins us now after attending that meeting today. Jesse, what is the latest?
Well, Heather, the NTSB says their teams have obtained some crucial information related to their investigation on safety regarding the sunken Ride the Ducks boat.
On Saturday, Earl Wayner, a board member with NTSB, says they recovered a crucial item in their search, a black box with video from the camera on board the sunken Ride the Ducks boat.
That is on its way to Washington, D.C., even as we speak, to be processed in the NTSB labs there. Dried out, and as soon as it's available in reasonable condition, we'll read that out, analyze what the contents show us.
The NTSB's investigation is centered around safety, and a big part of their job is finding out how weather information was relayed. Ride the Ducks uses a weather subscription service.
That information was available in the offices from what we understand. We want to understand how that information was passed on to people who made the decisions to go out at that time.
Attorney General Josh Hawley attended the conference and explained the 2 separate investigations taking place.
There are 2 investigations going on. There's the NTSB's investigation into safety procedures, and then there's the state investigation, the Highway Patrol's investigation into the circumstances of this situation. It's technically a criminal investigation because they need to determine, was there criminal negligence, what exactly went on.
The Highway Patrol has already released its findings that the cause of the accident was due to high winds. While the NTSB has not ruled on a cause, they say winds reached 73 miles per hour.
Put that in context, hurricane force winds are usually considered starting at 75.
Scott Stormer with the Coast Guard says they are working with Ride the Ducks on a plan to get the boat out of the water, where it currently sits 80 feet under the surface.
We expect and are putting together the resources to effect that salvage. We're hopeful that that will happen in the early part of next week.
Now, the NTSB has also obtained records on inspections, certifications, maintenance, and incident histories on the sunken Ride the Ducks boat. Now, when asked about life jackets being on that boat, the Coast Guard added that they are looking to see if Ride the Ducks followed the requirements for their operations, and that the Coast Guard expects commercial mariners to make the best operational decisions they can based on the conditions that they expect to experience. Attorney General Josh Hawley is now asking the public to reach out to authorities if you have footage of Thursday's boating incident.
If you have a video that you have not yet shared with the Missouri State Highway Patrol, we strongly encourage you to do that. That would be a tremendous help to patrol officers as they conduct their investigation.
Jesse Inman reporting for us tonight. Thank you. KOLR 10 now knows the names of the 17 victims who lost their lives on Thursday and where they are from. 5 are from Missouri, including the driver of the boat. 1 is from Illinois, 2 victims are from Arkansas, and 9 are from Indiana. The Stone County Sheriff's Office provided that list of names late last night. To see those names, visit ozarksfirst.com. The 9 victims from Indiana were all part of Tia Coleman's family. She and her nephew were the only 2 to survive. Tia Coleman's sister, Lita Bigby, who was not on the boat, started a press conference today by thanking the community for their concerns about Tia. Our Frances Lynn was at Cox Health Hospital in Branson for that news conference as Tia talked more about her horrifying experience.
Tia Coleman says she's unsure if she will be able to recover from this accident.
I've never had to recover from something like this. I don't know if there is a recovery from it.
Doctors are optimistic about her having a full physical recovery, but Coleman isn't looking forward to going home just yet.
I don't know how I'm gonna do it. Since I've had a home, it's always been filled. It's always been filled with little feet and laughter. And my husband, I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I just know that I'll continue to need the support.
She thinks life jackets could have made a difference.
If I was able to get a life jacket, I could have saved my babies, because they could have at least floated up to the top and somebody could have grabbed them. And I wasn't able to do that.
Coleman also talked about her family.
To remember my babies. My oldest son was Reese, who was on the autism spectrum, but he made every day worth living and knowing. And he was the happiest, sweetest little boy anybody would ever want to meet. I love, everybody remember my Evan, who was 7, who was extremely smart and quick and witty. He loved life. And he was a great brother, a big brother and a little brother. And then my baby Aria, she was only 1, and she had 1,000 personalities wrapped up in her one. She would blow kisses and she would fight. She was a little fireball and my only girl.
She also said Ride the Ducks knew a storm was coming in.
Before we left out, they just said, it's a storm coming, so go to the water first so you can avoid it.
In Branson, Frances Lynn, KOLR 10 News, Ozarks First.
Tia's family has started a GoFundMe page at Only Official Duck Boat Survivors. All the funds raised there will support Tia and her family, as well as fund funeral expenses. It has already raised more than $180,000. You can find that and a link to our KOLR 10 podcast with the raw interview of Tia's news conference. It's all on our homepage at ozarksfirst.com. KOLR 10 does know that Tia is a paralegal in Indiana for the Marion County Prosecutor's Office in Indianapolis. Here's what her co-worker said in a statement. We are devastated by the unimaginable loss suffered by our friend and colleague, Tia Coleman. The thoughts and prayers of our entire Marion County Prosecutor's Office family are with Tia, her extended family and friends, and the other survivors of this tragic incident. And as you can see, this tragedy has made a significant impact on everyone around the Ozarks and even beyond. So College of the Ozarks has partnered with the city of Branson to host an Ozark Mountain Community Memorial Service tomorrow afternoon. It'll take place at 3 o'clock in Williams Memorial Chapel on campus. Leaders of the community will speak, and there will be time for prayer and encouragement. The public is invited to arrive early for ample parking. Well, this story is positively Ozarks. Hertz Donut in Branson is making special sugary sweet tribute donuts to help raise funds for victims of the Table Rock Lake boat sinking.
I'm at Hertz Donuts getting some of the tribute donuts and made a donation and just want to do whatever we can to support the families.
Until midnight tonight, you can purchase one of these donuts for $3, and 100% of the proceeds will be donated to support survivors and families of the victims. Hertz Donut says it felt it needed to do something and knew that the owners knew that the Branson community would step up.
I've been on the Ducks, and for something like that to happen in what I consider my hometown is really emotional and it's heartbreaking.
We're doing this so that we can show that we can't give back what these families have lost, but we can do the best we can to help with what we have.
Although sales of the tribute donuts end at midnight, Hertz Donut will be accepting cash donations all week. Well, after the break, we have an update on the massive fire at the Mule Barn in downtown Hollister. Plus, the latest Ozarks Tonight with Dr. Brian Calfano. He sits down with the Democratic candidate for presiding commissioner of Greene County.
You're watching Color 10 News. Ozarks First with Jennifer Abreu. Weather with meteorologist Beth Finello. And sports with Dan Malloy. This is Color 10 News at 10.